Okay, today we're going to show you the most common consumable items on the Mimaki CJV200, and we're just going to go through how to replace these. Okay, so the first one we're going to start with is the wiper blade. So we need to tell the machine that we're going to change the wiper blade. One, so it will move the printhead out of the way and allow us access to the blade. Two, it resets the counter for when it pops up on the screen that it requires replacement. So in order to do that, we're going to go into the main menu, into maintenance, station maintenance, and down to replace wiper. At this point, it will move the head carriage out of the way. It will bring the wiper blade forward. And now, as you can see on screen, it will say, have we replaced it? So we're just going to open the access cover. And there's the wiper blade itself. Now there's two tabs, there's one this end and there's one this end. If you pinch those in together, the wiper blade should release. And this is what it looks like. Now you don't have to replace the blue bit, it's this whole thing that you replace. Now at this point, you may need to clean the slider with a swab and some cleaning liquid if you think it needs it, and then your replacement blade will come the same. It can only go in one way, so don't worry about that. You can't put it in the wrong way, it can only go in one way. And then we're going to push down and it's locked in place. And at this point, you can go back to the screen and go, yes, we have replaced the wiper. So press enter, close our maintenance cover, press enter again, and now it will move the head carriage back into place and move the wiper back out of the way. And that's it, all done on the wiper blade. Okay, so we're going to do the cap next. The cap is a consumable item on the CJV200. But don't worry, it's dead easy to do. So first things first, again, we need to go into menu, into maintenance, station, and then right down to the bottom, change capping. And again, it will move the printhead out of the way so we can get access to the cap. Okay, so on screen again, it says, have we finished changing the cap? Obviously we haven't yet. So first things first, we're going to open the maintenance cover. Now here is the cap top itself. Again, much like the wiper, there's a tab that side and there's a tab that side. We're going to pinch them together and we're going to lift the cap out. There we are. So Mimaki do recommend when you're changing the cap to have a pipette with some cleaning liquid in, and you're just going to put a couple of drops in the front hole here. Obviously we're just putting our cap back in, so I'm not going to do that now. So again, like how you've taken it out, tabs at the back that stick up, they go at the rear. So you're just going to position it over the holes, push straight down, and that's it, done. And then we're going to go back to the screen. We're going to say, yes, we have changed the cap. So enter, close our maintenance cover, enter again, and that's it for the cap, all done. Okay, next we're going to do the cap absorber. So it's the foam pad next to the cap. So again, we need to get the printhead out of the way. So menu, maintenance, station maintenance this time, carriage out, and we're going to go for this one. So it's moving the printhead out of the way. Again, we need to open the maintenance cover, and it's this one here, this foam piece. So as you can see, you've got two pieces of plastic that go through two holes in the foam itself. Now this can be a little bit tricky to get out. we're going to take that one out. So that is the cap absorber itself. So when you get your new one, you're just going to want to sort of force that into place really, but make sure that these plastic rods go through the holes all the way. Give it a bit of a tap, make sure it's all good. And there we are. So it thinks we're cleaning, but if we just press enter, asking us to close the cover again, press enter, and that's it for the cap absorber. Okay, next we're going to do the pinch rollers. So these are consumable items. There's no set time or date for these. Best thing to do is if you see any damage or if they're really dirty, replace them. So make sure the machine's off for this, both at the panel and at the wall. You don't want the print head coming out in the middle of what you're doing, and also make sure the handle is up. Probably easier at this point. So first thing we need to do is remove the O-rings. One of the two blue O-rings, can be either side. I found it slightly easier to do that side. We're going to take that off and we're going to remove the bar. You don't have to take it all the way out if you don't want to. So that is the pinch roller itself. There's no slant or bias to them, so it can go in either way. And then to replace it, we're just going to push the bar through the center of the pinch roller and pop that little blue O-ring back on. Okay, so next we're going to do the media guides or the edge guards. Everyone's got a different name for them. So you may have a maintenance panel here that just removes, it slots in. Then we're going to drop that down. So there is a stopper to stop them coming out. So there's a plate and a thumb screw here. If this thumb screw is particularly tight and you can't get it by hand, there is a Phillips screw inside, so you can crack it with a screwdriver. I'm just going to remove that. Be careful of this hole. I have dropped things down this hole before. So I'm going to remove the plate, and then our edge guard will slide out. So that is our edge guard or media guide. So to replace it, make sure you get the two nylon plasticky pieces in the runners. See, that's moving nice and freely. And then we just need to pop the stopper plate back on with the thumb screw, if I can find it. There we are. So not too difficult, can be a bit fiddly. And we're just going to tighten that back up. Again, you can use the screwdriver if you want to. And there we are. There's our edge guards. Okay, next we're going to do the sheet off blade or the media cutter blade, which is this one just there. So first thing we need to do is send the head carriage to the maintenance area. So we're going to go menu, maintenance again, station maintenance, carriage, and to the maintenance space this time. So remove the left-hand maintenance cover, we don't have ours in, so I'm just going to press yes to that. So we'll just remove the bottom cover. So this is what we're changing. Again, it has a white thumb screw on it. So we can undo that. If you can't undo it, it does have a Phillips screw, so you can use a screwdriver to make things easier. So we're going to remove the thumb screw. I'm going to pull the whole thing off. Now, the replacement ones do look exactly the same. You are changing the whole thing. You're not changing the blade itself. You are changing the whole thing. So, it's on a solenoid, so for some reason, if it's stuck up or down, you can manually move it. And you're going to want to line up the hole with the thumb screw hole. Hopefully I've got that aligned. And it will hold in place for you as well. And we're just going to secure it with the thumb screw. Make sure it's not stuck down because we don't want your brand new blade getting damaged. So if you do need to, just pop it back up. But there we go, all done. Okay, next we're going to do the plotting blade, the normal cutting blade. This again is an as and when thing. The machine won't prompt you. It's if you feel like your cutting isn't as good as it used to be, it might be time to change the blade. Another easy one to do. So you've got this large black thumb screw here. So we're going to undo that. Don't have to take it off completely. I'm just going to undo it enough that we can remove the blade holder. So this is the blade holder. Got two parts to it. We're going to unscrew the silver and the black section so they're separated. And that is the blade itself. So when you come to replace it, you're going to pop the new one in, push it all the way, careful not to stab yourself, which I've done quite a few times. We're going to screw this back. Now, as you should know, you don't want too much of the blade exposed out of the blade holder. You want a very minimal amount, so you can just feel the tip of the blade. I don't know if the camera will pick that up or not, how much is actually exposed out of the blade. But you just want a tiny little bit, and then we're going to drop the blade holder back in. Now the blade holder has a collar, that's this here. Make sure that this goes over the top of the collar when you're screwing it back in. That will keep the blade holder nice and secured. Tighten that thumb screw back up, and there we go, all good. Okay, last but not least is the cutting strip itself. So this is the cutting strip on the machine, similar to plotters and all other print and cut machines. Occasionally over time it will get deep grooves and scratches. The machine won't tell you to replace this. This again is an as and when you think it needs replacing item. So just to show you what they sort of look like, here's a couple we've got in stock. It might come in packs of 2, might be 1s depending on what you order. So you do have rubber and foam ones for the Mimakis, but the foam ones are more for the plotters themselves. They do come in 2 parts. So this is the adhesive, this is the cutting strip itself. So if we go to the machine, so probably best to do it from this side rather than the other side. You're going to peel it up, you can feel the adhesive there. So this is the cutting strip, the adhesive is still in the track. So once you remove the cutting strip, you're going to want to peel that adhesive off. It might be worth cleaning the track out to make sure you've got rid of all the old adhesive, and then you will get your adhesive here. So it's sort of 2 layers. You'll put that down, peel off the backing tape so the adhesive is in place first, and then you will put your new cutting strip in the track or the gully, and that will stick down. So make sure it's nice and flat all the way along, nice and even, it's not ridden up anywhere. And that's all you need to do for the cutting strip.